Making restaurant-style burritos is easier than you think, and there's a secret to making sure that they are so saucy and cheesy inside. This is one of my family's favorite go-to dinners, and it's make-ahead friendly, and I'm craving some beef burritos, so let's get started. We'll start with some quick prep, and honestly, there's hardly any prep work in this recipe. Start by chopping 1 medium onion, and that's it. Now it's time to hit the stove. I'm using a large nonstick skillet here. Set that over medium-high heat. You don't really even need to oil your skillet because the beef will release some oil, so go ahead and add your ground beef to your hot skillet. Also, I love this tool for breaking up the beef. I will link to it in the notes if you don't have one. Once the beef is cooked through and releases oil, keep about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil in the pan. Now add your chopped onions and seasoning. We have cumin, paprika, chili powder, and salt. You can add chili powder to taste if you like it spicier. Saute for 3 to 4 minutes until the onions are softened and the beef is nicely browned. Browning the beef adds a lot of flavor here. Now add your can of Rotel tomatoes with green chilies and your can of beans with their juice. Adding the juice makes these burritos really nice and saucy. Now reduce the heat to medium-low and stir occasionally until the tomatoes break down and the liquid has mostly evaporated. This should take 8 to 10 minutes. Then turn off the heat and season with salt and pepper to taste. Take your beef mixture off the heat and let it cool slightly before you fill your burritos. If you're making the burritos ahead, you do want to let that meat mixture cool to room temperature. To form your burritos, you will need large tortillas. I'm using flour tortillas here. Lay them out on your work surface, sprinkle on half of the cheese, then add 2/3 cup of your meat mixture and sprinkle on the remaining cheese. Fold the tortilla short sides over the filling, then fold the bottom of the tortilla tightly over the filling, tucking the filling inside. Then fold in the corners and tightly roll away from you until the burrito is sealed. Repeat the process with the remaining tortillas. I love this process for rolling burritos because it ensures the fillings don't leak out. When you're done, you should have 6 large beef burritos. Now you can either saute them right away, or if you're making them ahead, wrap them in either parchment paper or a sheet of foil, label them, then pop them into your fridge for a few days, or you can freeze them for up to 3 months. If you're freezing, transfer them to a freezer-safe Ziploc bag to prevent freezer burn. When you're ready to enjoy your burritos, make sure you thaw in the fridge overnight. Then we're gonna set a skillet over medium heat, add a little bit of oil, and saute your burritos for a couple minutes per side or until they're golden brown and crisp all over. And don't rush this process. Remember, you want to get the center nice and hot and cheesy, so reduce the heat if they are browning too quickly. Okay, look at this. It's like crisp and beautifully golden on every side. Oh, I just love my burritos this way. It adds so much to it. Like, don't ever just heat it in the microwave. Like, 2 thumbs down. This is the way to go. It's like restaurant quality. It's almost like a chimichanga, you know, with that crispy exterior and like barely any oil. You probably don't even have to use any oil if you wanted to cut out a little more calories, but I'm gonna take these off the heat because they are heated through nicely. And again, keeping that heat like medium low is the best way to go because then you ensure that everything is heated through really well and the cheese gets melty and just, I'm ready for this taste test. All right, I'm gonna clean up real quick. Let's serve this up. And of course, when you're making burritos, you have to have all the toppings, right? The fixins. So I've got some guacamole here and it has turned a funny shade of gray. I only made it like an hour ago. Maybe I just didn't put enough lime juice in there. And we do have a really good recipe for homemade guacamole. And then also a salsa. And if you want an easy blender salsa, kind of like restaurant style salsa, I have such a good recipe for that. I will link to that in the notes. So we've got that, guacamole, salsa, a little dollop of daisy, because I love my burritos with sour cream, and then some cilantro. I'd love to know what your favorite toppings are for burritos. Honestly, like these are so good, even without anything. If you want to just put on some hot sauce, you'll have it made. And we are going to taste test this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. And it's like a, can you hear this? Crunch. Now I'm gonna cut into this and show you guys what is inside because so good. You hear that crunch? Oh, my mouth is watering big time. Are you ready? Ready, ready, ready? Oh my gosh. Take a peeky poo inside because This is one ultra saucy burrito. It says my name written all over it. I know exactly how these taste, so I'm totally craving this right now, and I'm ready to dig in, so we're gonna do this taste test. Of course, the toppings. I'm gonna put a little bit of guacamole, a little bit of salsa, and I'm being neat and tidy. I don't even know if I can fit sour cream on here while still being neat and tidy. Whoa, that just came right out. You know, I didn't think this through. This is the taste test. And this... It's fine, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It might not be graceful. I feel like I need paper towels to dig into this. Here we go, okay. Mm. 10 out of 10. Wowee. It's so saucy. Do I have like food all over my face? I feel like I do. It is so saucy and so cheesy. Adding that Rotel in there, I'm telling you, it's like game changer for your burritos. Something about the tomato that also tenderizes the beef. It's so good. And if you freeze these and thaw them, they're like just as good if you finish them on the skillet like that. The exterior gets so crisp. The center is just so cheesy and gooey. I mean, like... I can't wait to dig into the rest of this. If you guys want more family-friendly dinner ideas, we have tons of them in our new cookbook. I will leave a link to this in the notes. That was the #1 request from readers, was easy dinner ideas, and this book is jam-packed with them, so I'm sure you'll find tons of new favorites. And let me know where you guys spotted Sharky. We always play a game with Sharky where whoever spots him first in our premieres on YouTube gets a $100 prize. That's right. Anyway, let me know if you guys have any recipe requests from the future. I'm gonna go eat this burrito. We'll see you in the next episode of Natasha's Kitchen. Okay, come to mama. All right, and honey, I can share the other half with you if you want, if. Oh my gosh. Oh.